call is now being recorded.
So, Billy, you're doing some stand-up dates, I see? You'd like to kind of keep your hand in the stand-up situation, even though
Absolutely. No, I never stop doing stand-up. It's my favorite thing to do. I'm actually at the Wild West Comedy Tour by Vince Vaughn. He put that together down here in Nashville, and I'm going to do a show tonight, and then head up towards Chicago tomorrow, and then Atlantic City next week.
And so for people who mainly know you from your sitcom, can you talk about how your stand-up compares to the tone of the TV show, the differences and similarities?
I think it actually crosses over quite nicely because I come from Pittsburgh, and that's got that Midwest sarcasm and that working class sarcasm, and that's what we do on our show. So actually it's a really good fit.
And you tend to talk a lot about, like, your family, and I gather your 11-year-old son is starting to figure in your material. He gives you lots of stories to tell or anecdotes. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I think, that storytelling comics, which is kind of what I am, is, we talk about what's happening in our life, and my life is my family right now.
And so what kinds of things is your family up to?
Well, my son's going into middle school. He got his first crush not too long ago, and I told him that's wonderful, but remember, the closer you get to girls, the dumber you act, and that's never going to stop in your life. Stuff like that.
Right. And you had mentioned Pittsburgh, and I know you used to call into that morning show. Are you still doing that?
I do that every Tuesday morning. Every Tuesday morning I get up at 5:30 California time, and I talk to my hometown for an hour.
And what kind of, do you talk about hometown stuff, or just talk about what's going on with you, or?
Well, no, I've been doing it so long. Usually I give them an update on what's happening with me. I've been doing it for 10 years, so it's been from, nothing to success. And now we talk about whatever's in the news or, whatever they bring up. The host of that show, the main anchor, Randy Bauman's a great guy, and he always preps some stuff that we can riff on and be funny about,
And what makes you, lose some sleep on those days and do it? Do you really feel a connection to Pittsburgh? You would like to stay in touch that way, or?
Yeah, it keeps me grounded, You go back and you touch your roots, you remember who you are, and you don't lose sight of that. So that always helps me do that.
And when you started doing comedy, though, you weren't in Pittsburgh anymore, right? Were you in Florida when you started?
I was in Florida, yeah. I started in
1987
in Florida. I was 17, just finished high school. My parents had split up, and we lived down there. And I got a job at a place called Bonkers Comedy Club. And basically I was just seating people and answering the phone and cleaning the bathrooms, just anything to be around it, And I kind of worked my way in that way.
And then at some point you decided to make that jump to L.A. And I'm just curious how do you know it's the right time? What made you decide I can do this? Because that's kind of
everybody has a different time schedule. But I met my manager about 3 years into my career, 4 years into my career, and I did another 5 years on the road because I wanted to have a good act when I went out there to showcase. And then he said it was time, and I trusted him. And then we went out there, and it took about 15 more years to get a break. So it's a long
Right. So you're one of those 15-year overnight sensations then.
Actually 25. Don't forget the 10 on the road before I went to LA. So yeah, 25 quick years to an overnight success.
And speaking of success, I understand that the show has been renewed for a 5th season. That's always like a great milestone, I guess, when you're doing a series to get to that 5th year. And so why do you think, you're still here? You're obviously clicking with the audiences. What do you think the key is to that?
Well, I think it's the chemistry of the cast and the brilliance of the writers. We just have the perfect storm over there. And then I think that our show is, it's got a great message. It's about sticking with the people you love no matter what. And I think that connects with people.
And yeah, you and Melissa seem like you always had a good chemistry. Was that sort of instant when you met her and had?
Absolutely. From day one, she's a lovely person, and we both, when we read these characters, when we read together, right away it clicked, and we were like, let's play these people as real as possible. And that's infectious, and it's spread throughout the cast. I mean, we all really like each other and respect each other, and I think it comes through in the work. I think that's the other reason you believe these people like each other.
And now you, and I think, have a sort of your own role model. I mean, at least the sort of like performer is Jackie Gleason. I think was somebody you really admired, right, when you were coming up.
Oh, absolutely. Up? Yeah, my dad started me watching
when
I was about nine years old.
Does that inform your acting at all? I mean, obviously it's not The Honeymooners, the show, but I mean, there's something you can take from Jackie that you sort of apply? Yeah,
I mean, you everything that you absorb that you like becomes an influence in your life, and then you kind of find your own way through that. So yeah, I get some Gleason winks in that show once in a while. There's a couple things I do that are just like him.
Mm. What things do you do that are like him?
I think it's that slow burn. I think I've developed a good slow burn. There's nothing like locking the audience into laughing about what you might say or what you're thinking about saying. I think that's a classic move in television that you don't see too much anymore.
And is there anything changing with the show that we should know about? Anything new or different coming up next season? Or?
No, I think our direction really got set in stone this year when we took it in a new direction and put Melissa in the middle of it, because we were headed towards, we were kind of painting ourselves into a corner with the pregnancy thing. So we wanted to have Molly go a different direction. And also, we got the best physical comedian in 20 years. We don't need her walking around pregnant because we can't let her do what she does. So Chuck Lorre very smartly said, Molly's going to have a midlife crisis. And it spun everything in a fun direction.
So does that mean you're playing a little more of the straight man to her than you were in the beginning?
Yeah, I would say if you look at the first 3 seasons of Mike and Molly, it's a lot like The Honeymooners, and I would say now we're a lot like I Love Lucy. And it's injected a lot of fun, new things into the stories because now I get to react. And that's a whole different thing than what I was doing before. And then it lets her loose to do what she does best.
I also wanted to ask you about your upcoming role in Jersey Boys, which I thought was interesting. You're in the film. Who do you play in the movie?
I played the bowling alley owner that they tried to get a gig in, and then he throws them out. So I got the fire of the 4 seasons, so it was a lot of fun.
Uh-huh. So no singing for you then? It's just like a character, character part?
Oh, God. I couldn't carry a tune with a handle, man.
And it sounds like, though, kind of a fun movie to be involved in, especially with Clint directing and it's such a huge Broadway hit. The movie probably has a lot of, potential to be a big success, too, I would think.
I hope so. It's a timeless music book, and the young kids that were playing the seasons were amazing. And I did it, 1, because I love that music, but 2, I just wanted a chance to be directed by Clint Eastwood, and it was a great little cameo, and he was an absolute joy to work for. Really a cool guy. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that.
Does he give direction, or does he just kind of let you do your thing?
No, a little bit of both. If he likes the direction you're going in, he encourages it, and if he sees something that's better, he lets you know that too. But it's just got such a great, confident way about him, So he's just one of the coolest people I ever met.
Mm. Now, you've been to Atlantic City, a bunch of times. So is there anything special you like to do when you hit the tables? Do you avoid the tables? What's your thing when you.
Well, I love one of the reasons I love playing the Borgata. One, I love the music box, and then I like craps and I like roulette, and they also have some great restaurants over there, and I like their little sports book for the horses. So yeah, it's more of a vacation for me than work.
All right, we won't let that get out, that part. But okay, Billy, well, I think that's everything on my list of questions. So thanks a lot for calling in. I appreciate it. Okay, take care.
You got it, Rob. Thank you. Bye.